Hey, I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened. It seemed like it crashed or something. But yeah, just before it crashed, I was about to show I don't know if I said it like before, but I put over here like the roll distance, which is it's just by default I think it's at 0 or 1. Yeah, it's at 1, and yeah, when you do strokes usually you see those small steps. Well, yeah. I think you see like those striation in it, and it's just because like the alpha is not repeating itself too much. So so by doing this, I'm just repeating more of the alpha, so it gives me like a smoother. Right now my mesh is so high res that it's hard to see, but yeah, if you got like issues with it's mainly with Clee 2, but it can happen with your man, I can't find my words, like dam standard or anything sometimes, and even if you use like that AQ curve like at the bottom of here like that, I sometimes it would happen. It seems like it's 210 and it's kind of skip like skip like a skipping line. So yeah, I'm like slowly warming up. So anybody else doing something tonight, like a sculpt or whatever, drawing or reading or whatever? Believe it or not, you know, like this idea came from Mad Max. I was inspired by one of the trucks. I think he had like this big, front end with and I just thought like was like pretty cool. So I said, oh, maybe I should add this on, and yeah, but still like I wanted to have some to look like something solid, but at the same time, since I'm doing a female character, I wanted like to be more narrow, not something like with a big chin, something with like a would feel like almost like a bug. Just gonna isolate that. Yeah, I think I'll go and Dynamesh for this. Yeah, that's another issue that you might have from time to time, which is like kind of annoying. It's because it's pulling off like the back face. So once more, if you go into stroke modifiers, is that it? Or maybe in brush, always get confused. And since I got it in my UI right over here, back face, I think it's in brush. Yeah, auto masking, back face. So yeah, with this on, then you can just brush brush like a super close surfaces anymore. It won't pull. So. Oh yeah, you got a hard time, Gabriel. You got a hard time finding a ZBrush key. It's that's the thing. Like I'm not sure, but do they? I thought like they had like a student program, something like for free. I might be confusing with algorithmic substance, and I know that they got like an academic. If it's not, you know, business or you know, like a professional kind of related stuff, you could use it, but you know, I might be wrong. I got no clue, to be honest. But yeah, it's kind of sad. But you know, at least you know if you don't have that, then I guess you could always like look up for a trial if you didn't even, you know, used it already. But if not, then if I would be you, I would just go buy clay. As simple as that, you know. At least, you know, you might not be learning the tools or the software, but you would still be refining your art skills. So and that's one of the things that I love about traditional guys that switch to ZBrush. They got such a different approach or perspective towards sculpting. Like stuff that, you know, I remember like hearing stuff that I would be just like, wow, that's so cool, like stuff just like measurements. And that's the thing, like since I didn't come from a traditional background, I was not aware of that. And yeah, something that would be like so simple for a traditional sculptor would be like something that I completely missed during all those years. So but yeah, of course, like if you can get like a hold of I know that you just got out of school, so you probably have like a lot of debt, and maybe not a whole lot of money to spend on education. But yeah, if you can get like a class with one of the masters, like someone like Simon Lee or something, like on traditional sculpting, even if you don't have ZBrush, I think that's a really good investment. And if not, then you know you can always draw. That's another thing. Like I don't say it out loud, but I'll do tonight. It's just like even at work they got those live drawing sessions during lunchtime, and yeah, most of the time like I'm pretty much always there. It's I feel it's like a refreshing way to learn instead of seeing it in 3D. Well, you're seeing it in 3D, but I mean you're drawing it in 2D. I don't know. It just feels like it's a different approach to learning instead of always being in front of a computer. And to me, when you do it for a while, I really feel like the difference in ZBrush. And yeah, usually live drawing sessions or classes are like kind of easy to find, and I think it even like pushes your eye because it feels like you focus so much on detail that you know, after that you just get like you start seeing stuff that you were not seeing before art wise. And yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of the thing I want to get into is like I know I heard like it's a nightmare to remesh, but I'd like to get more into Fusion 360. I feel that software got a lot of potential, and that's what I like about it is like it's CAD based, and I know that many artists are kind of afraid to hear that, but I mean it's just like if you're doing like art surface props, I mean, and it's like let's just say you want to do a cell phone or something like that, you know, most of those product got actually made at some point in CAD before they've been like sent out to the factory. So I think it's does that look weird? Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah. Thanks for the follow, man. But what I was saying, and I completely forgot my. For some reason, now I can only see like an alien face, and I don't know if you guys see it. It's just like the two eyes, and I think I'll need like to bring up the face just to remember what I'm looking at. And yeah, I think I'm gonna make it more subtle. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, phones and CAD, yeah. Basically, what I was saying was just like most of the product nowadays are all at some point been made like in CAD. So I think it's only logical to go back to that to do your 3D asset, you know, because we're kind of trying, you know, we try to replicate, you know, those assets. Let's just say a cell phone, like I've said before, like in Max. But I mean, like when they send out like that cell phone to the factory, they probably made it in CAD. So and all the tools are like meant. I mean, I guess it's easier for them to design for CAD. So I mean, and only I think it's only logical that you use the same format as they did for the factory to recreate something, you know, identical. So and yeah, one of the things like it seems to I don't know if you guys checked that out, but like booleans and stuff like that, it seems like to be. I know that now ZBrush does like a really good job, but I don't know. It feels like for our surface, it's so much more simpler. And but yeah, that's the thing. Like it's in the end, I can't remember what kind of you know, polygon or polymesh that they use, but I think it's like pretty messy. So that's why it's kind of hard to remesh. Like you see, I'm just like you know, doing some doodles, trying to see what's right, what's not. I'm not really looking at my reference page. I'm just having fun. Yeah, I just noticed that my timer wasn't even up to date. Let me change that so you guys know how much time is remaining. Just want to check back what I had before. Okay, just to be sure I'm still keeping like some of the things that I liked, because that symmetry sometimes is destroying some of that detail. Okay, so oh yeah, now we got a timer. I'm missing like a piece, and I find it annoying to work without it. Is that it? Oh, I think so. Okay, I'm gonna load this. Because once more, it's you know, it's, I think it's easier like to see like how cool the mask will be if you got like the complete silhouette, and you know, working without it, it's harder to judge if you're going in the right direction or not. So that's why I kind of like doing like a based overall sketch, all with the same, all on the same subtool, and then after that I'll just I think I'm gonna align with the neck, it's gonna be easier. Yeah, I think. I'm just gonna put a darker color to the mesh in the back, so when I sculpt, I can see when it's actually going through like this, so I know how much I need like to pull it. This is annoying. Yeah, okay. One of the things that I don't know if you guys got like a chance to look at it, but I think I saw that today. It was on our station. Like man, I'm trying to remember what was the name of the thumbnail, but yeah, basically, wait, maybe I'll post it in the chat. I'll try to find it like on the. It was like concerning art surface, and I mean some great techniques. I think there's two things. One was like, you know, I think I mentioned in the last stream, was the stream, not the stream, but the YouTube video that Marco Plouf did with like Pixologic Japan or something like on YouTube, which I found like was great. But if you look on YouTube and you just I think you need to write the Chaos Masons or something, but yeah, just give me a second, I'll try to find it for you. It shouldn't take that long. But you know, basically like those two approach with ZBrush, and I just thought like they were great. I mean, it's definitely something I'm gonna try out probably like on the stream, but just actually like test it out. And yeah, just give me. Oh no, it was on ZBrush Central. Yeah. Sorry. You just need like to go at the bottom of the thread. Yeah, thread knot. That's it. See. It's right now it's a nightmare. No, it's some kind of sci-fi chick that that's one of the things like I should definitely try to post more work in progress like on our station, or maybe just on like on Instagram, so basically you guys could see what I'm working on instead of always going back and revealing. I like to reveal, but sometimes for the rest of the viewers it's probably cooler if I just keep going on instead of just revealing all the time. But yeah, right now like basically it's like, you know, it's probably super boring, but I'm just trying like to recenter and realign everything so I can sculpt in symmetry, because right now this is like the meshed in pose, and this is the same thing but like centered, and once I'm happy with the symmetry, then I will just bring those meshes back and then realign them as a whole with the pose. See, because this is like so not straight. But yeah, like I mentioned in like at the start of the stream, for me it was important to do it like in pose, because first like I could definitely like do like a more dynamic kind of posing. I mean, it's cool to stay like in the physically real realm, but I like to go a little bit more like comic book and just like amplify all the movement, and even like the arm, like, you know, let's just see like he's punching, like I'll just bend like a little bit of the forearm or something just to give like more, you know, power or motion. It's like I read the book from Michael Metesi, which are like force, I think force drawing, and I know that there's like force anatomy and I think that's the name of the books. And yeah, basically he talks quite a bit about that concept. It's more like for animators or 2D artists, but I think it applies so well to us as well. So if you get the chance, definitely you should check it out. Plan work. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. You mean planner prediction or? Planner brush, which is what, like H polish? Is it one of the brush that I used, or because I'm not sure? Oh, this one, planner. Oh, it's it's a little bit like it's it's if you want to flat out, but it takes like the angle, I think, of the, how can I explain that? Like the, basically you see like that angle of the brush. When you brush, it would still keep that angle. So you see, like, since like that surface is like bending into another direction, it won't actually do nothing. But as soon as it pick up like something else, we'll just use the same plane, if you like. So that's why it's probably planar. It only like smooth out the same plane angle. So yeah, it's, I rarely use it, to be honest with you, but I guess sometimes it can be practical. Yeah, sometimes it's I put those brushes, sometimes I always revert to the same brush, but I still like to put, let's just say, like I see like one of the fellow artists using it, and even if I'm not using it, I'll just put it in my toolbar underneath so I can see it. So because most of the time there's so many brushes, I keep forgetting about some brushes or what they do, but when I see it like right in my face, it's just like, oh, okay, that's right, I got this brush, so maybe I should try it out. Or so yeah, because right now it feels like there's so many good artists and good content and all that, you wanna see what's going on, and learn from all those new tools. But yeah, sometimes it can be like a little bit overwhelming, and basically you just like, let's just say you find like a really cool brush for art surface, but what you're doing got no art surface in it, and maybe like in 2 months when you'll be working on the art surface thing, you'll completely forgot about that brush. So sometimes that's why I kind of like keeping it close by. So yeah, so when I sculpt, I'll see it and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, like for flattening and stuff like that, you know, the way I see it is just like trim dynamic is like the aggressive one of the bunch. If you really need like to, let's just say like, oops, when I use it, it's like mainly if I want to do like a crushed metal, or you know, really something that got, you know, bulge, or you know, so I used it only like more for you know, something that got really squash. The H polish is like one of my favorite one. It's just like to refine, but like in a smooth way, the surface, just to make it, let's just say like you did like something super wobbly like that, and then you just want to refine it and make it more even all the way, but with a gentle touch. Yeah, that's how I use it. And the flatten, it's just like sometimes there's just like details that you just wanna, it does pretty much the same thing, but you can push even further, you know, into it. And sometimes it's I use it for when the topology is like so messed up, and I just wanna, like, how can I explain, like press it, like squash it if you like, but like in a uniform. Let's just say like, you know, I'm doing this, and then instead of using H polish, well, I don't know if that's a good example, but yeah, it just feels like it's usually it retains the detail. Yeah, maybe I'll see it like that. You know, if you stamp like an alpha channel and it's sticking out, but you get like full of details, if you do like an H polish, it will actually kind of wash out all the detail. But if you do a flatten, it will keep it. It will just like kind of press it. You know. I hope it answers your question. But yeah, I'm you know, that being said, like I'm so far from being the best hard surface modeler out there. Actually, that's one of the main reasons why I started Sculpt. I just wanted to you know, push my art surface skills. And yeah, since, you know, I see like out there like other artists that do such a clean job with their art surface, it's just like right now, like for me, it's, you know, I can design, but to get like a really nice and finished kind of a look, that's where I need like more experience and to test out. Like that's the thing, like there's so many ways, you know, I wanna try and see if that works for me, that I you know, it seems like even at work, like sometimes I barely have the time to test them out, so I'll just try them out here with my own projects, and yeah, hopefully it will help me out at work and help me in my projects. So one of the things that I just remembered was like I did like those lines at the bottom of the, I don't know if I can load it up before everything crashed, but I'm just going to solo and I'll every time I'm saying I should clean up those Z tools to just to find my stuff, but I'm like, I'm always afraid to delete the wrong one. But yeah, basically, you know, I don't know if you saw, but you know, I did like the, you know, some kind of lines like that, like broken lines, and you know, all around it's like a recurring kind of pattern that we see like on the character. Maybe I can load the full thing. Yeah. And yeah, maybe that's something that would be nice, like to bring out, like bring back in the helmet concept. And yeah, and yeah, another thing that I kind of wanted to push for was like I know it's like super messy right now, but over here I'd like to have like some kind of sucking vent, because or you know, exhaust, whatever. Like I'm not sure, but like the main purpose is like, since she got like, you know, she's like an android with poison, you would get, you know, those like super chemicals that would actually be you know, toxic or dangerous. So like a way to relieve those vapors from the toxin, you know, flowing through her body, that she will actually sting someone with, then you know, maybe it would be cool to have like some exhaust. And I think I'm gonna bring back that kind of approach with the back as well, you know, like see those spots, like probably in the back she'll have like some kind of a, you know, exhaust coming out from her. Yeah, that's, you know, that's clearly one of the, it's like part of my my fun to design purpose to the sculpting. So I'll just I'm still looking at pushing the volumes. So yeah, basically I'm just symmetrizing the, oh wait, did I put symmetry on? No. Yeah, I'm just like by doing this, like it's gonna replicate the other side with symmetry, so at least, you know, both sides will be the same when I sculpt. So yeah, I'm slowly getting the touch of it. Like that's one of the things, like even for me, like sculpting while streaming and talking, that's not something I'm used to. Like it's you know, I often hear like friends that did like conferences and stuff like that, you know, they find it quite hard to concentrate at the same time. So right now, like you know, you probably feel that it's well, I do feel that it's like moving on like so slow, but don't worry, as the streaming sessions will move on, then oh no, that's not really nice. If I just do that. But yeah, as soon as like I was saying, like the streaming session go on, then I'll will be just easier for me, so I'll probably be able to speed up a little bit more. But yeah, for me it's a it's a learning experience at so many levels. So, but yeah, I like the company. Like it's cool to see you tonight with me. You know, it's so I'm not alone in my main cave. Just waiting for this finished. And yeah, someday I will upgrade my computer and it will be like crazy fast. So even like that stream won't lag so much. But yeah, I'm still getting used to all of that stuff. So bear with me. In the meantime, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Could be about ZBrush or the game industry or whatever. It's just if you got something on your mind, feel free to ask. Right now, just to tell you, like at work, it's so damn, it's not doing what I'd like to, but it's all right. But yeah, right now at work, I got like those gigantic files. Like it's nuts. It's I'm quite happy that with R8 now you can go over a 4 gigabyte for a file. But yeah, I think the last file that I did was like 15 gigabytes or something. Some crazy. Yeah. It's really like most of the time it's the noisemaker that just kills it. Since when you want to apply the noisemaker, you need like a lot more subdivisions. And yeah, it's just like increased the whole file size quite a bit. Oh, it's printed the collectible. That's my main focus for the stream, because that's the thing. Like as personal project, I kind of do like my own printing, because I just love the whole designing and all that. So this is a stream really towards that. But it's like I was mentioning before, it's not, I'm so far from being an expert or even like a reference in that area. I'm just like someone that really likes it, and I test out new things every day. It's like basically a learning, I guess a learning streaming. That's where I experiment stuff and learn about 3D printing. But yeah, the thing is like because during the day I work for Ubisoft. I work in the video game industry, so, and yeah, more and more or even like 3D printing stuff. So yeah, I just wanted like to try out my design. It seemed like for a character artist, like 3D printing is like the next level. It's like I love game art, but yeah, I feel like it's after a few years you just like want to try like new stuff, you know. I like the game, how it goes, like you know, stuff that blow me away, like you know, like the Last of Us trailer and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there's something about having something tangible like in your hands that you sculpted just like a traditional guy, you know. That's, I don't know, the feeling is so amazing. And I don't know, it's fun. I kind of really enjoy like the R&D aspect of the like printing keys and how you gonna build your stuff so it's, you know, in the physical world it will hold up. And I don't know, it just feels it's a new challenge that we didn't really ever face like in the game industry, you know. You just make it work so the animators can animate it, or you know, it's not clipping through, but it's definitely not the same constraint. So I just feel it's cool. Yeah, well, you know, regarding that, and that's something, you know, we'll see like along the way. But you know, I'm a really passionate guy, so I always got like some crazy plans in my mind from, you know, the people that know me. And basically, you know, maybe like for this print, I got like friends, and I don't own a printer, but I got friends who own many different kind of printers. So usually I'll do my prototypes with them, and then once I'm happy, then like the mass production will probably go like to, you know, being like outsourced. But one of the things that I really want to get into, and like I was saying, like depending on how, you know, the stream goes, or maybe it will end up on my stream, well, I really want to go into the molding and casting. You know, that whole process is just like, to me, it's like a mystery, and I don't know. There's something about doing more kind of manual work and just figuring out what kind of resin, and you know, experimenting with that. So yeah, at some point I might, you know, let's just say like I do all the ZBrush thing, and then once I'm done, maybe like I'll do like a Twitch stream on, you know, where to go from there if you want to do, you know, copies and stuff like that. So yeah, if it's something that would interest you guys, or because like to me, I feel like there's, you know, you can find videos on ZBrush on 3D printing, but once you printed your stuff, where do you go from there, you know, if you want to sell it? Or of course you could, there's always like websites online where you can sell you know, 3D ready printable objects. But yeah, if you just want to do your garage kit like the Japanese guy, you know, with 3D printing, it's, you know, how you do it. And I don't know, to me it's something that sounds interesting. Yeah, I right now, like you know, I've been looking at quite a bit at, you know, what's you know, the majority of people are using for casting and molding, and it seems smooth on is like quite a bit popular. But yeah, the thing with that is like I think it's probably one of the best out there, but it's always like the cost versus, because that's another thing, you know, if I'm doing like 3D printing, I don't want it to be like crazy expensive that, you know, nobody can afford it, because I need like to pay a crazy amount for the casting and stuff like that. So yeah, even like right now I even got like a special recipe and stuff like that for the the molding part. So but yeah, it's something that I'd like to explore. But yeah, if you got like any any stuff that you did with molding and casting. I'd like to see it. Yeah, you bet. Well, that's exactly it. You know, like the casting and molding is still, well, if you go like for a resin, uh, like SLA type of printer, then you know, like it's the resin is like pretty pricey. So having like a, you know, mass production of printing with this is it's it's pretty hard. You know, like, well, it's costly. It's not really hard. It's costly. That's what I was looking for. It's and yeah, with smooth on materials, it will be cheaper, but still, you know, it's still, you know, depending on how much you use. But I mean, like, it's still like a better solution. So that's why, you know, 3D printing is great, because you can really prototype like what you want to do. And not sure about that at all. That part, it feels like way too organic. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna use trim dynamic because I like something aggressive. Like you can see, like I'm just like that's one of the thing. Like I don't really care if it's super messy, because to me, like at this point, it's still like a exploration. I just want to have like cool design before I start worrying about is it clean or not. It just needs to flow well. And one of the things that I always like to do with my sculpting is like I like stuff that goes like over, like, you know, just say like, you know, parts like that will slightly go over, so it feels like it's more, like, to me it feels more like it's part of the same kind of design, instead of, you know. And since, you know, the main purpose of this is actually it's all opening up, like it's folding back, like this piece will actually fold back over here, and this will open up. It will just open up like in some kind of X kind of shape. So, but once again, you know, like I'm playing around with the design, but once I break it up, everything, I will probably need to readjust some of that stuff. And yeah, who knows, like I didn't think about doing articulations for this, but maybe that's something that could be cool, like if I do like you know, like those round thing, like maybe if I design something that would actually rotate the whole helmet. I think you know, so you could actually open up the face. I think that could be like something pretty cool. But once again, it's a nice engineering challenge. So. But you know, that's definitely the kind of stuff that appeals to me, like to see like how much you can push 3D print further. So that's why I want to try to go nuts creatively with that, without, you know, holding up and then figuring out how I'm gonna apply it. Yeah, I think like for articulation, you know, it's something that I never tried out for the 3D print, but it's always like to think how I'm gonna print it like in separate parts, and I think like it's always like the one of the thing that I'm struggling right now. It's like, I mean, I know it's like it's kind of super basic, but I did like brushes with like so many keys in it, and right now I'm still like you know, it's still like the basic stage, but I'm figuring out, you know, what's the size of the female key versus the male key. So when both of them go into each other, they they're not like super you know, the hole is not like too small, so you can barely like fit in the part. It's just like you just do like the female part or the male part just slightly smaller or slightly bigger, so both of them enters into each other like easy. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm but yeah, once I adjusted like the keys with the right brush size, I'll probably like give them out for free on the Gumroad. You know, the main purpose was just like to have like different kind of keyholes. So if you do like mini parts, you could you would know exactly where each key goes into what. So basically, if you got like a lot of similar parts, like for the person that would be assembling the sculpt, it would be just easier. So well, yeah, I don't even have like a Gumroad. That's the thing. I'd like to send it to you, but yeah, I don't own one yet. That would be like my first thing to share on Gumroad. So, but yeah, no worries. If you follow like this challenge, just not this challenge, but this channel or any other of my social network pages, I'll just do like a mass spread once I'll upload those keys, and yeah, you'll be able like to get them. But yeah, like anything, like I really want to test them out and see which in which case or scale do they work best before I spread them out. You know, it would sucks really bad if I would give out those keys and then everybody's using it, and then once you print it, you figure out that no, it's not working, or you know. So that's why I'm gonna be the tester of that. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'll be like super easy to reach because from now on, like, well, you know, February might be rocky because I'm super busy with work. But after mid-February, I should definitely be on the ZBrush stream like every Thursday night, and same time as this, and I'll be like every morning streaming on my channel. So yeah, feel free to reach out. That's one of the thing. Like it's tempting to do like details everywhere, but I kind of like to have like relief zones where there's not too many detail, because yeah, too much at some point like it's almost like overwhelming. So, and you don't see like any of the detail, you just see like parts. So I try not like to abuse. But yeah, I feel like over here it's like way too busy. I'll need probably like to modify that later. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do, so that's why I'm gonna leave it there. But I think like in Pacific time it's 5:30, and I live like on the East Coast, so it's 8:30 over here. But yeah, for the other time zone, I'm not sure. But yeah, when I stream like during the mornings, it's usually at 5:15 a.m. Eastern time. So I think it's I think it's like 2 a.m. or something like in, or yeah, 2 2:15 like in on the West Coast. So yeah, it's that might be like harder to reach me. So one of the thing that I'd like to do, like I didn't do this for the sculpt, but I got like an Excel sheet of like sculpt or themes I'd like to do, and one of the thing that I'd like to do every time I start like a new sculpt from now on, like for a personal project, is like it's to put on like a technical challenge. It could be like a print technical challenge, or it could be just a ZBrush kind of technical challenge. Stuff like you know, I don't know, like you know, having like translucent part, and or you know, if I want to put like a water like liquid or something inside of the some of the transparent part, how should I do that, you know, how I'm gonna plan it out, you know, leave a hole or put like some kind of small rubber cap that would actually trap the water, or you know, some place where you could actually pour in the water, whatever, you know, like it's I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to be creative about, and yeah, it's something that it's pretty exciting. So yeah, since I'm gonna be here like pretty much every Thursday, like I mentioned on every stream, I would love you guys to do your own things as well at the same time as me. So we can just, it would be like some kind of art class, you know, that we just do our stuff, and or I would say like more like a art workshop where it's just like a reaching out on the stream would just be an excuse to sculpt, you know, and gain like experience and practice stuff, and basically instead of just doing it like a alone, like on your side, you know, we could do it like a together, you know. So one of the thing that I always like is like cool silhouettes. Maybe not like crazy intense or art silhouettes, but just yeah, just something that will you know, if you put it like in the black silhouette, it will just be like something that stand out. And I kind of like when you can, right from a black silhouette, you can read a character and know exactly who is it, you know. I think for Overwatch it did like a really good job on their character design. It feels like they all got their strong reading silhouette, and since the game is a first-person shooter and you see your characters from far away, it reads so well. But I mean, even the animation, everything is feels really polished. It's pretty nice. Experimenting. What's more? I got a reference page open next to me, but when I do that stuff, you know, I think it's cool to have like a, you know, because mine is like really kind of intense, like the reference page that I got. But you know, I kind of look at it when I start a sculpt just to get me excited and have like new ideas. But once I started the sculpt, I barely look at it. You know, it's just like I just try to let my, you know, my ideas go free, and yeah, just go with the feel. And the reason why I like to have like a reference page is just like sometimes you get caught like in, like I don't know, there's something that don't work in a part and you don't know what to do with it. Then it's good to revert back to the reference page and you know, get inspired. It's more like inspiration than, well, it's always been like that, but I mean like it's not like if I'm literally like you know, looking at it and just, you know, doing like a kit bash of parts that I like. It's just like it's really more to get inspired. So how your sculpting is going? Still working on that called Gabrielle? Was it Gabrielle that was working? Or was it Zeno? Like, yeah, I completely forgot. Experimenting. Oops. The stream is about to finish, so have a good evening, everyone. I hope to see you on the next stream next Thursday. And yeah, next time, like, we'll probably do like a little bit more of cleanup. Like, you know, how did I bring like those, you know, those parts like way much more cleaner. I might try out like new techniques at the same time. So, but yeah. I think it's Jose who's or Oscar. Man, I need to look it up. But yeah, there's another talented artist just after me, so stay here if you want to see his thing. I think he makes like pretty cool creatures, so that might be a good break from art surface. Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I hope I wasn't too boring. Like I said, like I, you know, I feel like I'm kind of running in circle at some point, but yeah, I just need like to, like I mentioned, like to get better at this live streaming. But yeah, it will catch up, and then my efficiency will be back. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up. It's always nice to have some company. And yeah, I'll see you next Thursday. Yeah, sorry, Lorenzo. You'll need to catch up later. But like I said, no worry, I'll be here quite often, so you'll get the chance to see the slow progress of everything. So oh yeah, bring nachos. I love nachos. Okay, and it's done. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye bye.